I welcome you all. This is that 11th lecture of design of machine elements. Okay, and today we will discuss about stress and strain diagrams. Means stress and strain relationships. What is uh, what is stress and the terminologies related to stress, type of stresses. Next, strain. What is the terminologies related to strain and types of strain and the relation between stress and strain. Okay, and stress and strain diagram, we will see that. Okay, now in this presentation, we will discuss what is the stress. Stress is defined as and it is expressed as the ratio of applied force to that resisting area. Applied force to the resisting area means that whenever we are applying force on that one object or designed object or any objects, so in which area we are applying that force, that is called as stress. That is called as stress. For example, this stress is always related to that load. It is related to that load. Stress is always we are expressing means load per unit area, or we can say that force per unit area. So there is so much of force will be there. Okay, for resisting area. Then we are going to mathematically we can write it as stress is equal to, and we are going to denote it by that stress is sigma. So sigma that is equal to force per unit area, means load per unit area. That is we are going to saying as P by A or F by A. P by A or P means load, F means force, P means load. So that area we are going to denote it by A. So now what is that unit of this stress is, it is Newton per meter square. Means here you can see that how much amount of force we are applying on area per unit area. That is called as, just we are going to writing in our units. So another one we can say that 1 kPa means 1 kilopascal. 1 kilopascal. 1 kilopascal is equal to 1 kilo means we know very well 1000 pascal. 1 pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square, and 1 kilopascal 1000 per meter square. Thousand per meter square. So that is that units of this our stress. So now we will see that what is that stress. So different terminologies of stresses. What is that different terminologies? We will see that. One is stressor, another one is stress capacity, another one is that stress load. These three things will be there. One is a stressor, another one is stress capacity, another one is stress load. So stressor, what is the meaning of stressor is nothing but anything that has the effect of causing stress. Effect of causing stress. A stressor is nothing but it is anything that has the effect of causing stress. Means whenever we are applying the load on particular object, either you take a human being, either you take any rock, or you can take anything designed part. That designed part we are going, which object or which part or which human being is taking place by that stress is called as stressor. Okay. So now we will define another one terminology in stress, stress capacity. Stress capacity. In that stress capacity, while it is unclear precisely how much stress a person can carry, that load or force, since the person has some stress in their lives. Yes, exactly. When we are going to living, so many stresses are there, so many unwanted stresses are there, even the wanted stresses are there. So unwanted stresses are there. Okay, we say he or she has capacity for stress, means whether that object, whether that human being, that capacity, whether he is withstand that stress or not, that is called capacity of the stressor. Okay. Similarly, in case of rocks, you can see that if you want put one load on that, one force on that, it can be withstand. It is okay. Stress capacity up to that 10 kilonewton. Suppose that capacity of that rock is 10 kilonewton. So 10 kilonewton, it can be withstand. Okay. So that is that we are going to saying the rock is also is going to be getting stress. Okay. So this how much capacity of the capacity that rock is going to bear, how much capacity of the that human being is going to be bearing. So all these things we can refer it. Okay. After that we will see that one more thing. So that person also, how much capacity he can bear that stress, means too much of workload, too much of harassment, too much of this thing. So whether that stress capacity is there or not, we can find out it. Okay, that is the one thing. Another one is that stress load. Stress load. So what is that stress load is there? Nowadays, every children is having stress load. I'm talking about children. Okay, everyone is having some amount of stress in their daily lives. So many problems are there. Study problem will be there, economical problem will be there, harassment problem will be there. So many stresses, different stresses. That stress is acting on his mind. When we think of stress as having an amount or quantity, we refer this person is under load. Suppose that one person has purchased a vehicle and he is not invested his own money and he get that loan. So that loan is unable to pay that one, or you take one farmer. That farmer has to whenever crop is come, so that amount has to be satisfied his regular expenditures. So if it is not satisfied those expenditures, immediately he will go under stress. He will gone under stress automatically. So where that farmer will get that money? So that is he is under stress or he is under load. All these things, whatever we are going to discussing on this type of stresses related to our design parts, workpieces, human beings, rocks. Okay, all these things, these stresses are applicable. So we can say that existing stress is applied on the rock. Applied on the rock. Next, we will see that. And now we will see that what are the types of stresses. What are the types of stresses? So types of stresses means there are two types of stresses. One is normal stress. Another one is tensile stress. Okay. Another second in normal stress, tensile, and then compressive stress. Okay. Another second category is combined stresses. Combined stresses. So shear stress, torsional stress. So here these stresses, here we are not applicable for human beings. We are not applicable for rocks. only we are applicable for machined parts only. Machine parts only. See, up to that stresses we discussed. What is the stresses, stress capacity, stress load? We discussed over there. What is the unit of stress? We discussed over there. So after this is that we are clearly we are talking about types of stresses. So types of stresses. What it is going to be happening? Normal stress means in the normal stress, tensile stress, compressive stress, and combined stresses will be there. All combined, whatever stresses are there. In that particularly, we are going to speaking shear stress, okay, torsional stress. Torsional shear stress will be there. Ultimate tensile stress will be there. Yield tensile stress will be there. We are not going to speaking about this types of stresses. Main category of this stresses is first one is that normal stress. In that normal stress, we are going to divided tensile stress. Another one is compressive stress. So in combined stress, there will be a shear stress will be there, and one torsional stress will be there. Okay. Next, we will see that we will go switch over into that another slide. So now we will define it. What is that normal stress? What is that tensile stress? What is that compressive stress? Generally, what is a normal stress? It is a perpendicular to that applied force. It is that perpendicular to that applied force. This is generally wherever you go that every component, every this thing will be there for this normal stress. Another one is there tensile stress. Another one is there tensile stress. In that tensile stress, it is a stress induced in a body. It is a stress induced in a body when it is subjected to equal and opposite pulls. Pull is also one force, push is also one force. So tensile stress means, again I will show that drawings for this tensile stress. Again I will show the tensile stress. So in the tensile stress, what it is going to be telling about, it is a stress induced in a body subjected to equal and opposite pulls. Suppose you take one rod. So in that rod, you are applying both ends, you are going to pulling. You are going to pulling. So whenever you are going to pulling, then it is subjected to under force. That force is called as a tensile force. That force is called as tensile force. As a result of, there is a, so whenever you are going to applying this force, there is a result of tendency to increase that length. Tendency to increase in length. So tendency to increase in length. Okay. That is called as tensile stress. So whenever you are pulling, there will be a change in the dimensions will be there. Even though diameter will change, length will be changed, and thickness will be changed. All these things changes we are going to changing as. So the result is in tensile stress, change in the length. Blindly we can note it as we can change in that length. Why? Because two ends we are going to pulling, we are applying the force. That's it. That's why this force, that's why this stress is called as tensile stress. Another stress is there, compressive stress. Another stress is called as compressive stress. In compressive stress, what is that compressive stress? In compressive stress, the stress induced in a body, when it is subjected to two equal and opposite pushes. In what we discussed in tensile stress, both ends we are going to pulling. But here compressive stress, both ends we are pushing. Over there pulling, here is pushing. Okay. Both ends we are going to pushing. Then what will happen? There will be a change in the length. Means there will be a change in the length means there will be a decrease in length. There will be a decrease in length of the body. There will be a decrease in length of the body. Okay. Suppose that is the decrease in length of the body. So generally it will act as so that normal to the area and pulls on the area. It is also normal to the area and pulls to the area. That's it. There is no change about. Only two terms will be changed. One is pull and another one is push. Okay. Next. So now we can see that combined stresses. Combined stresses. What is that combined stresses? So combined stresses means what? What it is combined stresses? There will be 2, 3 or stresses will be there. 2 or more stresses is acting on that body, acting on that component, acting on that job is called as a combined stresses is acting. So that condition for this stress we cannot represent in a single resultant stress. We cannot say that single resultant. Only one stress it is not applicable. So here 2 and more stresses if it is applicable, that stress is called as combined stresses. Combined stresses. So another stress is there, shear stress. Another stress is there, shear stress. So that shear stress will be there. What shear stress will be there? We will see. This is actually whenever the shafts, generally shafts are subjected to shear stress and shafts are subjected to torsional stresses. So where this shear stress will be there, whenever you are going to applying the load, that vibration will occur into that machine part. So whenever that machine part occurring into that, over at the time, the shear stress will occur into the picture. Occur into that picture. So shearing means there will be a vibrations are there. Whenever you are going to operating that machine, suppose you take 2 general bearings, we are going to fixing one shaft over there. 2 ends, 2 couplings, we are going to fixing over there. Over there, the shaft is going to be rotating. The shaft is going to be rotating. So that is called as shear stress. So then some of the vibrations will come, but it won't be dislocate that original central axis position. Central axis position, but it will rotate it. So then it is called as shear stress. Okay, and the shear stress is also, we are also known as tangential shear stress. So this shear stress, we are also known as tangential shear stress. Tangential shear stress. So this another one is there, torsional stress. Torsional stress. So torsional stress is defined as it is that deformation induced in that circular shaft by a twisting movement. What is that twisting movement? J by theta. J by theta. J is the polar moment of inertia. Theta is the twist angle. J is the polar moment of inertia, and theta is the twisting moment, the angle, twisting angle. Okay, so here the stresses are deformed, means it is deformed when it is that circular shafts. So solid circular shafts will be there. Solid shafts will be there. Suppose you take a propeller shaft in that our vehicles. So that propeller shaft is subjected to that torsional stress. One is with the angle, it is going to be rotating, and it is subjected to that this stress. That stress is called as, this stress is called that torsional shear stress. This stress is mainly we are going to telling as shear means torsional shear stress. And another stresses means combined stresses we are going to discussing. Shear stress we can, it is combined, torsional, ultimate yield stress, and ultimate tensile stress. All these things combined together, and it is acting on a one mechanical component, on a component, then it is called as combined stresses. Combined stresses. In these combined stresses, we are broadly divided into 2 stresses. That is tangential stress and torsional stress. Now we will see that clearly pictures. I am going to showing that these pictures, how that torsional sorry, tensile stress will be there. There is a two ends we are going to pulling that. So over there increase in length will be there. That is the resultant. That is that resultant. So another thing is there, you can see that compressive shear stress, compressive stress. In that compressive stress, both ends we are pushing the load. There will be a, what is that resultant? Resultant will be that decrease in the length. Over there increase in the length, here is a decrease in the length. So that is that. Another one is that shear stress. What is that shear stress? By observing of this figures, we can see very clearly. So by observing of these diagrams. So here is one end is we are going to pulling, another is another side is pushing. This side pulling, this side. So over there that dislocation is there, means, but a centroid and all the things, whenever it is working, it is the one only, there is no problem. But that shearing effect will cause so many defects, means it will go for so many causes. Okay, less efficiency, mechanical efficiency, thermal efficiency, vacuum efficiency, all these efficiencies will go down. So working efficiency, particularly mechanical efficiency, will go down that one. Okay, with this I am going to stopping. Next lecture we will see that different types of strains.